Hi Virgo, and welcome to your messages and love from heaven tarot reading. This tarot reading is intended to bring forth guidance and love and messages from your passed on loved ones. How this reading will work is I'm going to open 3 different portals. Each portal will allow similar vibrations of energy to come through where, these people had similar personality traits, similar life circumstances, etc. Okay, so I will open up 3 portals to try to let as many different of your passed on loved ones come through as we can. So let's see who would like to join us today, Virgo, and what messages they have to bring forth. The first portal, we have the masculine. So this is the energy of, this is a younger masculine energy, so it's male, obviously. This is somebody, who was potentially your son or your brother, your nephew, your cousin, or your friend in this lifetime. And, this masculine is feeling kind of playful and spunky. So I do feel this is definitely a younger masculine. I would say didn't reach the age of 30. Okay. Feels more like lower 20s or maybe late teens even. It's a very young energy, very spunky, very pure, a lot of innocence still about this person. And, there's a difference for me, like innocence, and on the other end of that spectrum is wisdom. Like those are opposites to me, because innocence is the unknown, the unlearned, the undeveloped, the ungrown, untouched, right? And wisdom is where you've gone through it all and you've evolved, and through that you've become something more than you were. And this energy to me does not feel like somebody who went from that, innocence and purity all the way to the full potential of the wisdom that they could grow into in this lifetime. It feels like they're still in that untouched, like that purity. So it's not to say, they didn't experience life whatsoever, but they're definitely younger, a lot of spunk about them, a lot of high energy, and like a playful. I think this spirit actually plays around with you, like, messes with like the settings on your phone, your computer, things like that. It's just like a prankster type of energy, very young, this person, this masculine. All right, let's see the next portal. We have, the young feminine coming through. So this could be like your daughter, your sister, your niece, your cousin, or a friend who was a female. And, this being the younger of the feminine energy, she does feel older than this masculine that's coming through. In fact, even though she's coming through in the younger feminine energy card, she feels like kind of grown beyond her years. From the, like when she passed, like she was just wise beyond her years, like way ahead of her time. Very responsible energy, this girl right here. And she was young for that. I feel, she accomplished more than like most people do at certain ages, or she had like these big dreams, these big ambitions, really good ideas. Environmental is coming through as well. So she's very intelligent, this feminine. And I feel like I got cut short is what she's saying. Like it just got cut short for me. I wasn't able to like pursue or fulfill all the plans I had. So again, she's somebody who is 30 or younger, but she definitely feels older than this masculine here at the time of her passing. And lastly, we have bad choices coming through. This is the spirit of somebody who just couldn't get it right. And, their choices that they made in this lifetime could have negatively impacted you or negatively impacted those around them that really loved and cared for them. But this is somebody who is just like always in trouble, same bad habits, always falling into the same routine, could change for a very short period, but then just goes back to their old ways. And always in trouble, could have actually been, you know, in jail a few times. You know, maybe they even dabbled with different substances and things along those lines. But this is just somebody who, you know, it's like nothing ever penetrated them while they were alive. They just didn't seem to learn from mistakes, or they just didn't care. They were very hard-headed, I'm feeling, and, you know, deceptive. They were deceptive as well. And they're acknowledging the sadness and the pain in which that caused others. But, you know, as they transitioned back into the non-physical, they had a life review, and they, you know, see themselves in everything that they did. And so I feel this energy is coming through more to work on karma created in this life journey, as they're on, you know, the other side, to help those who were really impacted by their choices, you know, in this lifetime. Like, they're working to resolve that karma, even though they're in the non-physical. So they're guiding, they're blessing, they're doing a lot of work for each soul that they impacted in a negative way this life journey. All right, so next, we are going to pull a numerology card, and this is going to be a number that is either significant to this person, like a birthday, like the day of their birth, the year of their birth, the age at the time they transition, or it's a number that's significant and special to you, or this is a number that's going to be significant in the upcoming future that they want to acknowledge right now. So let's take a look, Virgo. Under this masculine, and I didn't say this, but under bad choices, that could be male or female, any age really. This is just a male younger, female younger, 30 or younger. Okay, so we have perseverance coming through under this masculine energy. And so he's really, you know, telling you to not give up on your dreams or your goals, or just, you know, whatever area of your life right now where you're feeling super low. He's saying, don't give up. Just keep pushing through. There's better days ahead for you, Virgo. But also the number 4 is something that he would like to bring forth as significant for you. So maybe 4 weeks, 4 days, 4 months, things are really going to turn around. Okay. It's just, there's a significance of 4 with this masculine, and he's saying, don't give up. All right. Under this feminine, we have number 96, and it's a message also attached to it about forgiveness. So, you know, this forgiveness, I feel multiple things about it, actually. Some of you, it could be that you and this feminine were not on the best of terms during her, you know, at the time that she transitioned. And she really does want, like, forgiveness from you for anything that she said or left undone. And also, you know, if it went the other way, like, there is nothing but forgiveness and unconditional love within her for you, regardless of the way things ended, you know, or the where things were when she transitioned. So that's the strongest message, is this forgiveness between the two of you. And then the next message I'm getting out of this is she's talking about somewhere in your life, either a relationship or a situation where you harbor a lot of negative emotions. There's no forgiveness, there's no healing that's taken place, and she's coming in and she's wanting to help you with that, Virgo, and allow you to forgive and move on and move forward and release those negative energies. And I think it's, you know, around some sort of truth, either you speaking your truth finally, like, you may have been just being very submissive and quiet about things, and now it's time for you to come forth and speak your truth so that you can move on and, you know, be set free. For others of you, this may be that, you know, a truth that has come to light that really rocked your boat. Like, it's time for forgiveness to come into that, and that forgiveness comes through some sort of conversation. Okay, and lastly, under bad choices, we have number 71 and health coming through. So number 71 being significant, obviously, either attached specifically to them, to you, or something special between the two of you, or number 71 being significant for something coming up. And talking about health, Virgo, this particular spirit is saying a few different things with this. First of all, if you're making bad choices in what you're eating, lifestyle habits, substances, you know, that the spirit is calling your attention to that and saying it is affecting you and impacting you in a negative way, and wants to bring your attention to that before it's like, you know, something that is permanent or can't be reversed. So, you know, those of you where you know that you're not eating the way that you should, especially if you have like certain diseases that run in your family, and you know there's different lifestyle choices that you have to change for yourself to help prevent, you know, your susceptibility to certain things. That spirit's really talking about that and kind of calling you out on that and saying you're meant to have a long healthy life, and there's certain things that you need to change right now to make sure the quality of that life is up to your standards, up to what you want it to be. Okay. Also, there's an acknowledgement here of the bad choices that they made during their lifetime, and you know, that being the contributing factor to how some of them transitioned. And you know, there's a big sense of remorse in them for that, like in the sense of, I didn't value and honor life for what it is, and I see it for what it is now, but when I was living it I didn't know. And so there's a lot of remorse. Like, your wealth is truly in your health. Remember that. Like, they want you to know that. Always take care of yourself, you know, make the best decisions for you. And you know, if you have been somebody who's smoking or drinking for many many years, and you have a cough, or you just, your like liver hurts, whatever, it's time to make some changes in your life, because you're meant to be here for much longer and you want to have quality while you're here. So this spirit really pushing a message of loving and honoring your physical avatar. It's as much a part of you as your spirit is, and you know, you need to give more attention to it and love yourself and take better care of yourself. That's what this spirit is saying here. So let's pull some more messages, Virgo. So under this masculine, we have autumn, and this says there is something special or significant about autumn, or the months September, October, November in the northern hemisphere, or March, April, and May in the southern hemisphere. So this masculine making an acknowledgement about the season of autumn, the fall time. And you know, that could just be something special or significant between the two of you, or this could be something upcoming for you. And that's what this perseverance is about. Next, we have a learning, and it says, I am learning and evolving through pure consciousness, just as you are learning and evolving through your perception of your physical avatar. Earth is just one of many schoolhouses for the soul. So this coming through, like I said, this energy feels young, still very pure. And there's just an acknowledgement from him that even though that is the truth, like, he's still learning and evolving in the non-physical realm as you are learning and growing and evolving in the physical realm. And like, I haven't been cheated out of anything. Like, this is just part of my soul story, and I am still evolving and learning on the other side. Now with this feminine, we have career coming through, and she says, it may be time for a new job or a new career path. Return to school if that is what you need to do. Don't be afraid of walking into the unknown and changing what you currently do. You will have success. So she's acknowledging there's some career changes up ahead for some of you in a positive sense, but also, you know, those of you who are like, I want a different career path, it's time. Like, go to school, take a course, you know, whatever you could do to better yourself, benefit yourself, do it. Don't be afraid of the time it will take, especially if you're like mid-career and you're going to completely branch off into something brand new and unknown to you. She's giving you encouragement to do so. Like, you will have success. Don't be afraid of the amount of time it will take. Don't be afraid of where you're at in, you know, your current career path, and don't be afraid to begin something brand new. Like, just jump in. You will have success. Next out is forget, and she says, please remember the good about me and the good times we shared. Let go and forget the darker times. It only harms you when you remember my darkness. I'm sorry for so much. Please remember the good things about me, not for me, for you. Please forgive me. So this is just that next message of, you know, attached to forgiveness, where I feel things weren't on the best of terms for the two of you when she transitioned, and she's asking you to focus more on the good times and the love that you guys did share rather than what was wrong or what was left undone. Like, forgiveness is key with this particular soul. Under bad choices, we have eternity, and it says, this life and our time together is etched into our souls for eternity. No moment is ever forgotten or lost to time. So just an acknowledgement of the bond that you shared, the times that you shared, still very much a part of this spirit right here, and a lot of remorse. A lot of remorse for such an unawakened state that they walked through this life under, and the way it impacted you and others in a very negative fashion. And so wanting you to know, like, the good, it didn't go to waste. It didn't go unseen. It's part of my soul for eternity. Next is spiritual gifts, and it says you are spiritually gifted and it's time for you to fully awaken your abilities. That aspect of yourself is going to become much more significant in the months and years ahead. So we got spiritual gifts and health being brought up. So that tells me there's some lifestyle changes, some habits, some things about you that you need to work on, because you're moving into a time of spiritual awakening and expansion, and you are spiritually gifted. This soul going to help you really evolve that about yourself, and be part of your initial spiritual team. Those of you that are already aware of your spiritual gifts, big time confirmation of that, but it's time to really expand or go the next level, whatever that means for you specifically. All right. And I do apologize for the glares. If I don't have enough light, the video quality is terrible. Oh, that was perfect. There we go. But man, the glare on the card can be too much. Okay, so let's pull some more messages, Virgo. All right, so we have you laughed today? Find your joy, lift your soul right here. That's that pure, spunky, excited, playful energy coming through. And, you know, the pranks that the spirit plays on you is to make you laugh, is to make you smile, but also reminding you, like, don't give up, lift your head high, do things that fill you with joy. Don't be afraid to laugh. There's no guilt and shame in feeling happy, especially if you're still struggling with their passing. Like, it's time for you to live again, to be happy again, to smile. Under this feminine, we have seek professional help if you need to. All will be well. So, you know, I'm talking about career path and stuff. You know, she's really pushing you to get advice about, like, career, or I do feel this is more about, like, your career, Virgo, than anything else. And, you know, again, if this is like a big change for you, don't be afraid of it. Talk to a counselor at different colleges. See what type of programs are offered. Like, don't be deterred about money or the amount of time it will take, or is this a wise decision? She's really pushing you in that direction and telling you to reach out. Now, if some of you are really struggling because there is this you know, message of forgiveness as well, like you're struggling with depression or just really moving past certain things you've gone through, or even her passing, she's encouraging you to speak to a therapist, to talk to somebody, to reach out. It will help you. You know, if you're like, somebody's like, oh, that's not my, I don't get down like that, but you know, you've really been in the struggle, she's saying it will help you and she will lead you to the perfect person for you. All right, under bad choices, we have change can bring you a new life and energy. We hold your hand. So this going back to the changes that you need to make, your personal lifestyle changes, as well as how you are awakening spiritually to your gifts, or a big expansion coming into your spiritual gifts. So over here, bad choices is really talking about all the changes that are now starting to take place in you, an apology for who they were in this life, and like everything that you did wasn't for nothing for them. It's part of their soul to this very moment right now as I'm doing this reading, and will be for all of time. All right, let's pull some more messages. remember me by the happy memories we created, that coming out under the masculine. And see, it's like a child depicted in these pictures. Just such a sweet, beautiful energy. Like, you know, all is well for me. I'm still learning. I'm growing. It's part of my soul journey, my soul path. There's nothing that you need to worry about. And remember our good times. Over here under the feminine, I have become one of your guides. Look at that. Yeah, I'm not surprised to see that because of how strongly she's pushing you about your career, or those of you that are struggling emotionally to get help. Like, she's strong in that, really pushing you in that, and she is going to be one of your spirit guides for the remainder of this life journey. And over here on bad choices, I am just a thought away. Every time you think of this person, they will come in, they will join you, they will guide you. Also, this person very instrumental in you awakening to your spiritual gifts or really expanding upon them. And you know, as a message overall from all of your loved ones coming through, you know, whatever needs to change in your life, Virgo, now is the time for that. You're getting a lot of support from the non-physical, especially around a career change, any forgiveness and healing, as well as awakening to your spiritual gifts. That's the strongest messages coming through from them. And you know, if for some of you things were left in a bad space or undone, not wanting you to dwell on that, really wanting you to remember like the good times, the love that you shared, and you know, hear this passed on loved one coming through as your spirit guide now for the rest of your days. So let's pull some advice. We have follow the path to joy. It is right before you. And that's coming out under the masculine. And, you know, that's just that sweet, pure, innocent energy that vibes from him. And it's like we make things so much harder on ourselves than they have to be. And don't give up. Focus on the good. You're just learning. You're evolving. There is autumn. The fall is attached to harvest and manifestation. You know, something is coming your way. Over here under the feminine, we have the songbird in your soul is ready to sing. Yeah, she's really pushing you back into happiness or into the perfect career for you. I'm telling you that. And then over here under bad choices, the love from animals is unconditional. So we have a dog depicted here, and then we have a dog depicted here. So there's an acknowledgement of a dog. You know, for some of you that will just be a special, you know, synchronistic message. But some of you, it might be time to adopt, Virgo. There's a lot of love to be found in animals for you guys, maybe even volunteering some of your time. But any animals that are in your vicinity, this loved one moves through that avatar. So like a strange dog jumping on you, that's your loved one. A bird or a squirrel giving you a lot of attention, that's your loved one. So Virgo, those are your messages from your loved ones. I am wishing you all the very best. Take care.